Customer and supplier settings. Company, change company settings, general settings, customer and supplier settings. From these settings, you can get warning messages from the system, and this will help you to minimize user errors. There are few options. First one, warn when duplicate customer reference number used on customer invoices. Now, I have entered PO003 as customer reference for this customer. If I enter same customer reference for another invoice, system will display warning message. I'll enter new customer invoice and enter same customer reference. Save. System will pop up warning message. The customer reference entered in this document has already been used for this customer. We want to continue. If same number you enter again, you can check whether this is correct or not, and you can correct the reference number. Next option, warn when duplicate supplier invoice number used on supplier invoices. I have entered SI001 for this supplier as supplier invoice number. I'll enter same supplier invoice number again for another supplier invoice. Save. System will pop up message. The supplier invoice number entered in this document has already been used for this supplier. Do you want to continue? Same supplier will not issue same invoice number again, so you can check supplier invoice and you can enter the correct supplier invoice number. Next option, display inactive customers for selection when processing. After some time, you want to inactive some customers. You can go to customers. You can uncheck this active checkbox. Then that customer will inactivate. This third option, display inactive customers for selection when processing. After you inactivate customers, if you want to block those customers for transactions, you can uncheck this checkbox. Then those customers will not display for transactions. First, you need to uncheck this active checkbox and you can process transaction. You can see that AA customer not displaying this drop down menu. Next, display inactive suppliers for selection when processing. Same way, you can inactivate suppliers, and if you want to block those suppliers for processing transaction, you can uncheck this option. Next option, display inactive customers for selection on reports. You can inactivate customers and you want to block that customers for transaction. However, you want to display those customers transaction in reports. If you want to display in reports, you can check this checkbox. You can see that customer will display for reports. Next option, display inactive suppliers for selection on reports. Same way, you can inactivate suppliers, and if you want to display those suppliers transactions on report, you can check this checkbox. Next option, use inclusive processing on customer supplier documents by default. If you are a tax registered company, you may charge taxes from customers. And when you enter transactions, if you want to display transaction amounts in inclusive values, you can check this checkbox. You'll enter transaction, go to customers, transaction, customer codes, add code, you can see item prices will display in inclusive prices. If you uncheck this checkbox, system will display inclusive prices. And also there's another checkbox, use inclusive amount. If you uncheck this checkbox, system will display exclusive prices. Next option, use account as default document line type selection. When you enter transactions, there are 4 types: item, account, time, bundle. If you uncheck this option, use account as default document line type, system will display item as default type. If you check this checkbox, system will display account as type. If you select item as type, you can select your inventory items. If you select account as type, you can select GL accounts. After changing these settings, you can save.